chosen ones, empaths, people think narcissists get whatever they want, and they just don't. But you see, with you, they actually got what they wanted. They actually had a sustainable source of supply that was providing love, care, and attention in infinite amounts towards this narcissist. Now, we've heard the sob stories of their past, how they were abused, and we need to take that with a bucket of salt. We can't really know for sure what happened in their past. But one thing I can tell you is they haven't had anyone in their past like you, and they'll have no one in their future like you. You see, as empaths and chosen ones, you are highly intuitive beings of light, and you provide such a powerful source of supply towards the narcissist, it makes a tremendous impact. You know how crazy it is? A narcissist can do such a spin on you. You can be an empath and come out of a relationship and think you're a narcissist. So I want you to understand that what you did believe or what you have believed about yourself may not possibly be true. If you're still holding things that the narcissist said you did or you didn't do as a high importance, you need to work on that, because they were manipulating, devaluing, and none of it's the case. The reason why they told you the relationship ended, that wasn't the case. These people have shiny object syndrome. They think they have the grass is greener syndrome. They think there's better opportunities out there. And it's only when they get out there, they realize that they can't find you. And they become lost in this world and existence of running through supplies, trying to find you or make you out of one supply. They might try and make you out of a supply, And it's you are actually irreplaceable. You are an irreplaceable source of supply. The reason why I know this to be factual is because everyone on the earth is unique. Despite me calling us a group of chosen ones and empaths, everyone's has a unique stamp they bring to the world, right? And I'm telling you that what you provided for the narcissist in your life, I might not have been able to provide the same potency to that. It was a specific time period of a segment of time that you provided sustenance towards the narcissist. You provided this potent form of supply at the age you were, for the time period you did, and all factors play into this, right? It was divinely appointed. That's why you feel like it's a soulmate. It was ordained by the Most High. It was ordained by the universe. You was brought together for the opportunity for them to change their ways, because they did highly idolize us. They did highly idolize us, especially at the beginning times. And, also, as much as they were being tested, it was also an opportunity for you to learn and grow. And that's why it has this soulmate effect, because it is divinely orchestrated. And that's why I'm saying your frequency that you're radiating at as a chosen one, an empath, is you're radiating with pureness, transparency, honesty, loyalty. Like you're radiating at a good frequency. And they met you nothing but with manipulation and aggression and devaluation and all the negative frequencies, negative tendencies. They met you with this. But you still had a severe impact on the narcissist. They may have made you aware in some sort of way. They may have told you that, they may have said something in some sort of way to make you aware that you're very different, right? And you made a huge impact in their life. You see, a lot of us have picked these lot up off the trash, right? They were in a bad way when we met them. We actually built them up. A lot of us have played that role as like a savior empath. We've played that role as like building them up. But this narcissist is on a journey now. Like, if you've door slammed bolted and welded it shut, there's no way they can come back to your life. They're severely desperate to try and find someone of your magnitude, to try and find someone that can provide in the way that you did. You see, loyalty goes a long way. You know, the narcissist, as much as they didn't trust us, they did trust us in a way. They did trust us in a way. They was very insecure, but they did trust us in a way. A lot more than they can trust these other people they're dealing with. And a narcissist doesn't particularly want to share you with someone else. They don't want you, they want your undivided attention. They need your undivided attention to survive. You know, if you was cheating on them with someone else, you probably wasn't giving them your best. But most of us were being loyal and loving and kind and honest and true. And they can't find this. It's rare. It's rare to find this. You've only got to look at the divorce rates. You've only got to look at what happens in... We're looking at just non-narcissistic people, what happens in relationships. The narcissist isn't going to be able to... They're not going anywhere. They're their own karma. They're their own problem. They're their own issue. They've got so many faults and problems in their psyche, their heart, their mind, their soul, their spirit. They've got so many problems and issues, right? You know, this is a troubled individual, a very troubled individual that actually engages with new people and tries to use the power of suggestion to make the other person start behaving in ways that you used to behave, to remind them of you. It's very sick. They go to as far as making the new supply dress like you or look like you. You know, they'll do these things. They're very troubled, disturbed individuals. Someone is very disturbed who does that, I believe. You know, trying to make a new person like Frank. This is like Frankenstein. Dr. Frankenstein. They're making a monster. They're adding a chip of this, a bit of that, a bit of this, hint of that. You know? It's deranged. And the thing is, as well as I know this is factual, is because they done it with us. There's certain things they done through the power of suggestion that made us operate how their exes used to operate, if they did have an ex. You know? If you was their first partner, then it's totally different. But if they had an ex, there were certain things, because they never went through the healing process, they never do go through the healing process, there were certain things that they made us act in a certain way to do towards them, like the ex did. And they done this, and I know it to be factual, because it happened to me. I know it. But I know that they'll go on, and we made a tremendous impact in their lives. And they search for you in all these other supplies, and you need to know how irreplaceable you really are. You see, the way the narcissist wants you to believe is that you're nothing, is that you're worthless, is that they can go off and be happy with someone else. That's not the truth. You have to look deeper into the picture to truly rationalize and truly understand what is taking shape here. You have got someone who is unstable, who is disturbed, who highly idolized you at one point, who actually mirrored you, pretended to be like you, pretended you were soulmates, pretended you had the same pursuits, dreams, and you had the same meaning in life. They presented themselves in this way, and deep down they were very angry, bitter, twisted that you outshone them in your areas because they can't match you. A narcissist can act and pretend they're like that. Yeah, for how long? I made a video about this yesterday. They can't take it. They can't take mirroring for that period of time. And eventually they break, they snap, and it turns from an idolization to a destruction of us. And then after they try to destroy us and they go through the whole major smear campaign or devaluation or just creating a whole huge heap of drama, they then go off with a new supply. And after the infatuation stage wears off, they start to re-idolize you again. This is how backwards and disturbed they are. They're not straight up individuals. You know? They will be with someone else while they're preoccupied with thinking of someone else. This is what a narcissist does. A rational empath or human being isn't going to be preoccupied with thinking of someone else and then want to be with someone else. And want to be with someone else, you know? If they're thinking of someone else, they'll make it in their means to try and correct that decision. But narcissists will just try and hoover you, temperament checkers, wind you up, try to destroy you from a distance with their whole collage of social media posts, with their new supply, try and make you jealous, try and make you bitter, try and make you not heal. You know, they've got so many ill intentions for us. It's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with someone who has so many ill intentions. But amongst those ill intentions is the re-idolization of the former supply. And they have this. And you've got to understand, it doesn't matter if they go on with 2 or 3 people. Right? It doesn't matter if the impact you made for that specific time period, that segment of time where you was providing supply for the narcissist, has stored in their memory banks and has made a tremendous impact in their lives, which they are now shaping their whole orientation in trying to find you in someone else. That's their whole mission. That is their mission. They're trying to find you in someone else. And they won't find it. This is why we get hoovers after years apart. This is why we hear from them after years apart. They took us for granted. They took us for granted. Don't say that lightly. These people took us for granted. They didn't appreciate truly when they had us, and they begin to appreciate and re-idolize after they lost us. Because they're accustomed to the supply that we provided. And the supply that we provided was a potent supply that they can't find in other people. Too many partners in one lifetime isn't good for you. In today's society, and they make out that it's a cool thing to do, having so many partners. It's a great thing to do. It's not. It destroys your mind. It wastes your time. And you're in these meaningless relationships that are just pointless. You're better off being by yourself unless it's a meaningful relationship. And they're in so many meaningful relationships. They get married. They have children in meaningful relationships. You know? To hurt you. They go off and have children to hurt you. Now, I'm not talking to the people who do have children with them here, but I'm saying they do actually go off in future and be with people, marry people, have children with people, while they're still preoccupied with thinking with their ex. This is what they're like. They'll do this. They try and plaster over the cracks. This is what they try and honestly do. Always try and plaster over the cracks. So just know the narcissist searches for you in other supplies, and you are irreplaceable, and they're never going to find someone like you again. And for all of you naysayers that feel like this message isn't true, and narcissists do just meet someone new and they're perfectly fine, you've got to understand how humans actually work. You know, if you're with someone for a period of time, there's an impact made by that set person for that period of time. And it's not forgotten. It's not wasted, you know. And if you feel like someone can do a job better than you, well, it's different from me. Because I don't think there's no one that's going to actually do what I did for that person. I don't think they didn't even deserve me doing that for them. And I think other people will see through their BS. We're getting older now. Time's going on. People may have experience and know what that type of behavior consists of. Narcissism is getting more popular now. People are recognizing red flags, or even if they don't base it down to narcissism, they can recognize toxic traits in people. So you've got to understand that it's not an easy world for them out there. It was easy with us. It was easy with us. We was asleep. We just provided pot and supply. We was addicted to the love bomb. You know? There's a reason why narcissists are drawn towards empaths. And empaths are quite rare. You know? You're quite rare. It's, you know, it's not as common as you might think. You know? If you can put yourself in someone else's shoes, you can feel others' pain. You don't want to bring bad energy to the world. You don't want to have ill intentions for people. You're generally happy for people. You don't want to see people suffer. I believe you're an empath. And I believe you're chosen to be an empath. And they're not finding someone like you again. You know? We know, as I said and I pointed out in this video, we know they operate like this. And they done it with us. There was things through the power of suggestion they made us do in the relationship that was actually what their ex used to do. Even in the bedroom, they made us do things that they was used to doing with their ex. And if that's the case, and we're now their ex, then they go forward and make the new supply do things that we used to do. So anyway, thank you for watching today. Please press the like and the subscribe button. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can find a link in the description box. And if you'd like a one-to-one session with myself, you can also find the link in the description box. Currently, I've got the secondary channel, the spiritual channel. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.